And now to that breaking news. President Trump just tweeted he has instructed his team to stop negotiating on a COVID relief bill until after the election. Shannon Pettypiece joins us with more on that. Shannon, what have you learned about the breakdown of negotiations that a lot had been pinning their hopes on?
Well, it had been pretty unlikely that something was going to get done before the election anyway. But talks between Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi did seem to be picking up some speed in recent days, even though both sides could kind of see the election looming and trying to make a calculus as to whether or not they might be better off on their own to wait until after the election, particularly Democrats who see a number of seats they could pick up in the Senate. Well, the president calling those talks to a halt, at least on behalf of his administration, and Secretary Mnuchin saying that the Democrats wanted too much money to essentially, as he describes it, bail out poorly run Democratic states for issues unrelated to coronavirus. And this has to do with money that the House was trying to get to states to help them make up for all these budget shortfalls they were facing because of the coronavirus. Now, the president does not control what Congress does. So members of the House, members of the Senate are certainly free to continue going forward to try and pass some piece of legislation. The president cannot halt legislation from going forward. But of course, he does control whether or not he signs that legislation into law. And if there is not a veto-proof margin, of course, then the legislation could die right there. So Congress is certainly free to continue to go forward without negotiations, but the president saying that he's not going to be working in any sort of part of this. Now, why all of this is important in a macro sense, of course, for millions of people, is because of the economy. The president has really tied his reelection hopes to the economy improving, but it was a question whether any of this stimulus money was going to get out to help the economy before the election anyway, Eamon.
And we should note, as you talk about the economy there, we have for our viewers on the screen the Dow dropping about 330 points on the news that the president is ending those COVID relief talks. Shannon Pettypiece live for us just outside the White House. Shannon, thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.